Electrical energy. We can't do without it in this day and age. It keeps us warm or cool as we require. It heats our food or keeps it fresh in the fridge. And we certainly can't work without it, because where would we be without power to run our computers? But electrical energy can be a friend or a foe. Too much and everything shuts down. Too little and everything shuts down. Now, maintaining the delicate balance of electrical requirements is an exact science. How is it done? Well, here's an insight.
Say the word switchgear and most people would come up blank. But it's a term for something you're probably familiar with but don't really pay attention to. Switchgears distribute the electrical supply to our buildings, offices and homes. You'll find them in the power substations in your neighborhood, the main switchboards in your office building, and the distribution box at your home. They help to regulate the flow of electricity, making sure that your electrical appliances don't experience power surges.
This is a little switchboard, okay, or you call it a little switchgear. So the function is to distribute the power from a power grid into the circuit. For example, you have to light up the first light, second light, third light, and so on. The light up the whole building. You also protect in case you have a short circuit overload. You will definitely trip the whole light. The whole building will drop out at one time. So you have to reset the whole system all over again. So this is where the quality of the switchboard is important. That it can withstand the required specification. Then you are invested in it. Most important not to destroy any asset or human being.
Mr. Lee Puan Weng founded SMB United with longtime friend and colleague Mr. Goh Ban Kin in 1973 to manufacture and supply switchgear. For reinforcement, Mr. Lee also roped in his younger brother, Mr. Lee Yong Heng.
The company started business simply manufacturing housings for distribution boards. But as they gained experience, knowledge and skills from the industry, they started designing and building distribution boards. And today, the company designs, builds, installs and maintains complex switchgear systems like this one.
As we gain experience and as our name was known to more consultants, to more developers and owners, they begin to realize that we are able to do much more than just the supply of the switchgears. So we had opportunities to go for turnkey projects.
Today, SMB United supplies the bulk of switchgear in the HDB heartlands. And the switchgears power data centers for several banks, supporting mission-critical functions almost round the clock. For instance, the company provides switchgears for most of the foreign banks at One Raffles Quay. They also power the process and semiconductor industries, wafer fab plants and marine offshore centers. They're also big in the commercial and residential sectors. For example, Anchor Point, which recently upgraded its power supply and engaged SMB for the project.
To begin with, Anchor Point wasn't used SMB before, but this exercise, when we do the upgrading of power supply, we change to SMB. Reason is that SMB is one of the reputable brands in Singapore, and in terms of technical support, they are stronger than the rest of the switchboard manufacturer.
Because of its reputation, SMB was also engaged to power up Centrepoint after its recent upgrading works.
I think as a group, Fraser Centrepoint Group, we use a lot of SMB products due to their strong presence in Singapore, and also in terms of service level, they are up to mark very well. And I understand that a lot of consultants actually specify SMB brand.
As strong believers in vertical integration, SMB's management has steered the company into doing more than just manufacturing, supplying and fixing switchgear systems. Now SMB also designs and plans the power distribution in a building even before it's built.
We see ourselves as much more a total solutions provider than just any other switchboard builder.
This is the team that works on providing total solutions for SMB's clients, especially mission-critical developments such as data centers and semiconductor plants.
We work closely with our client and their M&E consultant, to understand their needs and requirements. So once we have this understanding of the entire project needs and design, and with our expertise, we can then engineer and manufacture the switchgear to deliver optimum performance while meeting the local and international standards. Normally, for a building, okay, a limited space has been allocated for switchgears, okay, and all these layouts have been given to us, so we have to cut our head to give them an optimum reliable switchboard. In the same time, work on the space constraints and make sure that our switchgear can be properly installed at the premises given.
After the break, find out how SMB United weathered the Asian financial crisis to emerge stronger. You can check your share holdings anytime at the Central Depository through the internet or telephone. You can sign up for these services at the Central Depository's website.
Things are looking extremely positive for SMB United with the local and regional construction boom. They can take care of entire projects for the powering up of buildings that have been sprouting up as a result of the bullish property market. And this is a company that has shown that it not only thrives during the good times, but can also ride out the storm as well.
When the Singapore construction industry dipped after the 1998 Asian financial crisis, SMB, whose business model is linked intimately to the construction sector, took steps to not only weather the storm, but also to emerge stronger.
We actually exercised a lot of prudence during those times after the Asian crisis. We tightened our belts. And we were very selective with our clients and projects, because there were projects that contractors were tendering at well below cost. So we didn't want to get involved in such projects.
Instead of exhausting its resources on non-viable projects, SMB invested in areas that would yield long-term results, especially R&D, which it considers a crucial driver for growth.
We believe in SMB that R&D is very important to us, okay, in a manner that it helps us to differentiate our products from the competitors. One way is customer actually have a need, and then we design and modify our requirements or our design to fit their solutions. Secondly, we do R&D to change the market, in the sense of we think that is what will be coming. Okay, we do surveys, we have very vast market reach on customer intelligence and stuff like that to know exactly what will be coming, and we will preempt the forthcoming wave, and after the R&D is done, we will push it out into the market to say that would be the next standard of how a switchboard or switchgear will be.
One particular area of R&D is becoming key to SMB, creating environmentally friendly solutions.
We are coming up with devices for residential as well as commercial industry buildings, for example, to actually help people know what they are consuming so that they can change their behavior of energy consumption.
With such well-placed strategies, SMB is truly poised to ride the wave of strong construction demand in Singapore.
Now that the industry has recovered, they are sort of enjoying the fruits of their perseverance. Many smaller companies kind of exited the business when the times were tough. And right now, it's a reverse. You have a recovery in demand, and at the same time, there are fewer players. So now the industry is booming, and they can choose, the better projects.
SMB United had also invested in a new factory area during the lean times. When completed in end 2007, the company will be able to double its local production capacity and cater to its growing market share.
Every year it's growing bigger and bigger, right? So if you don't prepare, you don't have a space or bigger factory to prepare to take this order, you're in trouble. Our strong point is you can take your order and we can deliver it very efficiently in a very short time period.
Right now, SMB United has confirmed orders totaling about in excess of $50 million.
SMB's emphasis for the future is in market specialization to be the best in the niche market segment, namely bank data centers, process and semiconductor industries, and the marine offshore sector. Its management intends to make SMB a global brand name with 3 criteria.
Most important thing is people recognize your quality, your reliability, and your support service. You must have minimum these 3 criteria to be recognized as a good product, as a good company. We can't beat the big boy, okay? They are the trendsetter, we are one step behind, but we have our own niche area, our own core competency. Our knowledge base in the market is very important.
In the last 7 years, SMB has been expanding its footprint in the region, setting up switchgear plants in Malaysia, Vietnam, China and Australia. SMB was listed on the Stock Exchange of Singapore in 1996. In the last 3 years, it has shown good growth. According to market analysts, the company's track record bodes well for the future.
I think they have several unique strengths. One of which is that they have a very dominant position in the local switchgear market. Their market share in Singapore for switchgear is in excess of 50%. So that kind of a scale allows them to be very efficient in their manufacturing. Secondly, financially they are in a very strong position. That is a strong point. They have net cash of about in excess of $20 million. The third strength that they have is that they focuses on the high-end market. The high-end meaning the mission-critical switchgear market. So I think long-term wise, as long as the company focuses on the switchgear market, focus on construction-related things that they know well, and continue to make sure that they have a strong balance sheet, I think they will be an important player within the construction industry.